Well, good. Let's move on. We'll have to be faster with this. So Search 3.0, you're going to explain this to me.
Yeah.
So I saw there's a session at SMX West in February.
26th to the 28th. Hey, thanks, John, for inviting me in. Remember I used to think you were Jon Stewart?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
This is our little intermission part. We have our show coming up, and I put together the agenda because this is our first general purpose show, open to anybody.
So the first 3-day show.
First 3-day show where it's especially designed for the beginner intermediate people, but there's stuff for advanced people. And I'm trying to go through, and everybody started doing this blended search. Google calls it universal search, Ask calls it 3D morph.
Yeah.
Yahoo does a lot more with the search shortcuts or whatever. And I thought, we don't have a good name for that. And it's really important because all these vertical listings are coming into the regular search results. And we've been talking about this for years, but still people don't quite get it. And you can't call Yahoo universal search, right? Because that's Google's name. And I thought, well, why not go with Search 3.0? And so the idea was that, like 1.0, we use Whiteboard now. 1.0 was on the page, right? This is your Alta Vista, InfoSeek. You use all the names you have to put in your URLs. Lycos,
yeah.
This is fun. Web crawler, Hotbot,
Northern Light.
Ink to me. Oh, give me the Northern Light. The URLs used to look like this, /1, NL. And it was always great because you could tell somebody was trying to target a search engine and they'd use these acronyms, but then they would rank for other search engines on them. Like the Excite page was ranking on InfoSeek. And even better would be the people who go, what should I do? My Excite page is ranking on InfoSeek. It's like, quit now, because you're going to die. Anyway, so that was Search 1.0, right?
All on page.
And then the problem is, of course, it was all about, look at the content of the page, look at the location of the words, the frequency of the words, so that people say, well, if you want location frequency, I got some for you. Here's a bunch of keywords, and I'll put them all at the top.
Not hard to imagine how that works.
So that was fine. That's first generation search. So they had to change it up. And that was Search 2.0. Now that I'm, because I'm going to Search 3.0, I had to go back and do this. But second generation search was, well, let's look off the page. Yeah, you had a point. Off the page. We'll put a little caption later. So you should do Whiteboard Fridays like pop-up video too. Boop, boop, boop. Search 2.0 didn't exist until the show. Boop.
Well, some people once we get our own syndication on MTV, we're totally
great. No, exactly. So it had to go off the page, and the idea was we could look at different things. Click-through, for example, is off the page. So look at how people are clicking in the search results. If they're clicking a lot, out of proportion to what you'd expect people to click on, the number 4 listing, move it up, something like that, right?
Yeah. Maybe you look at links.
And that's the big.
Is the big one, right?
And that's really what Search 2.0 especially came to be, was link analysis. Look at links, because links are like votes, and it's like a democracy of the web, and nobody will ever ruin democracy. Nobody buys or sells votes. You can't trade votes. You can't barter votes. Votes are perfectly fine. And so as many SEO moms readers will know, votes can be gamed, and in fact, to the degree that they're being bought and sold, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, still, by and large, link analysis is still rocking along. You get these weird things. Google, Bush is a miserable failure. I mean, whatever, however you want to go, I don't care. I appeal to all political sensibilities. Just saying, time for regime change. No, anyway. So, I'm really in trouble. So, you've got the link analysis going along. It's still kind of working, but you get the weird things. People can buy their way in some ways.
Yeah.
And so, where do we go from here? How do we move out? What's the third generation? And one of the things I had always talked a lot about was our third generation, where we would be going in terms of search development, was both vertical spaces that you'd be blending into vertical search results, and also that you'd have personalization. I don't know why I'm writing, just because it's out with my hands.
Okay.
So, and I've talked to librarian conferences for ages talking about this, and this had all come from talking to the search engines, telling you where they thought they were going to be going.
So I see personalization as fitting well with these other two things, right?
No, you are wrong.
All right.
No, okay, they can fit in, but I will come back to that.
Okay, so no, personalization, I mean, on the theme of what do search engines look at to make their determination. So here they're looking on the page, here they're looking at off the page links, here they're looking at what did you, the individual, do.
Exactly.
But vertical is a little different.
So hang on to that, because we're going to go through 3 and then we'll loop around to 4.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened was, you do a lot of searches where you're getting back results, like, there are fires in Malibu, right? Again. And if you went and searched for Malibu fire, still I did this on all the search engines, by and large you were getting not news results, even though most of those people at that time had caused a spike, and they really wanted a lot of news results.
Yeah.
So why aren't you giving me 10 news results? Why are you not, instead, why are you giving me 10 results up here? So the big change that's going on in search this year is that the supremacy of the web search results has finally come under attack. That Google, when they rolled out universal search, said, you know what? You just did a local search. We're going to take listings 1, 2, and 3 that were from web search. They're going away.
We're giving you a map.
We're giving you a map and 3 local search results.
Yeah.
That is a huge, huge change. If you're a search marketer, if you understand the verticals, you understand that these verticals are starting taking over. And the reason I'm saying that that's the third generation, and the third generation has arrived, is because in a much longer article and a kick-ass keynote for SMX West, it really has dramatically shifted over now, where every single major search engine is going big, going large on the verticals, and blending them in the regular thing. So what I said was, I've always kind of expected these 2 things to be our next third generational jump, but this has happened across the board now. That we're getting vertical search blended into the main results. It's a significant change that they've all done. So Search 3.0 is here, this blending of vertical results. Then you go into, well, what about the personal stuff? Using social data, using your data, using your network data. Well, Google does that already because of Google personalized search.
Okay.
Right? They're going to cut. So Google personalized search is going to say, all right, we've got your on-the-page stuff, we've got your link stuff, we may even have the vertical stuff, and we will apply. We can re-rank all that stuff also based on your personal interests. So anyway, what I'm saying is, so that to me, I'm saying, well, that's 4th generation, because I think what's happening now is they've all gotten to this point at Search 3.0. They're going to keep building that out more. But then Google's already working on its 4th generation. They're already doing the personalized search, and they're going to continue to tailor that, where they're changing up the results based on your interests. The other ones aren't even doing that yet. Yahoo doesn't have any social thing that's playing. Microsoft doesn't have it.
Well, Yahoo has a ton of social properties, but they
haven't done it.
They're not
never done
including it in search.
And I think what will happen is
they've got like Yahoo Answers in search,
but
which I guess
not,
it's more vertical.
But that's Search 5.0. Yeah, it kind of came up last year. I know. So anyway, if you go through the idea that you can apply the personal with the network, to me, I guess I would say Search 4.0 is we're going to take whatever your search results are and we're going to re-rank them based on you or the people you know. Some way like that. And as I was doing this, and I was at Microsoft, so I was talking, because I'm doing some talk yesterday, I'm going through this, and then I said, now what comes after 4.0? I don't know, because it's kind of hard to predict, but then there's been all these questions about what's going on with human, and could you have some more Mahalo-esqueness in the results or whatever. Yeah, but I was talking, as we were talking, kind of riffing on ideas, I was saying it would be nice, for example, if when you do a search, if you've searched for it, you search for something else, and you're still searching, you haven't gotten the right answer, at that point the search engine popped up a little box saying, would you like some live help? Right? Because you know Cha-Cha, right? And we laugh at it and we go, oh, you did a live search. But on the other hand, if you've just done 3 searches, or, Yahoo, so Yahoo is Yahoo Answers, right? So somebody will help you. And so you do a search and they're constantly like, hey, Yahoo Answers down here. No, Yahoo Answers up there. It's like always in your face. Now, remember they rolled out Search Suggest tool? Yeah. One of the cool things is it shows up when you need it. I don't always need Yahoo Answers. But if Yahoo saw me searching for something related again, now I'm kind of struggling. At that point, if they put a big box saying, having problems, why not leave a message for our community of people? They'll take a look at it for you and give you an answer today. And that's why I was saying, well, maybe that'll be like a Search 5.0 jump where they'll start making more use of humans and integrating it into it. And these don't necessarily flow all in that way. Like, it was interesting, again, Microsoft, they were talking about in China how like Baidu actually has a lot of humans that are involved in the process. Because this didn't work, they didn't seem to play much with link analysis, so they just like kind of bypassed it with it from there. So, anyway.
Going off the like Naver idea of
having exactly. Or when you get to South Korea, for whatever reasons, they already went up with it. Are they more advanced than everybody else? Well, no, that's where they started.
They didn't do 1 or 2, they just went straight to 4.
4 or 5.
Yeah. Okay.